Welcome to FACT-ory. Now strap in and get ready for 50 random facts that you thought you knew but are wrong. Let's go.
Number 1. You've probably heard that melting icebergs are the main culprit behind rising sea levels, but that's not exactly the case. Icebergs are already floating in the ocean, and when they melt, they don't raise sea levels. Just like an ice cube melting in your drink doesn't cause it to overflow. The real problem comes from melting land-based ice, like glaciers and ice sheets, especially in Greenland and Antarctica. Number 2. We've all been taught that nothing is faster than light. But here's a twist. The universe itself is expanding faster than the speed of light. This doesn't break any laws of physics because it's not matter moving through space. It's space itself stretching. Some scientists also theorize the existence of particles called tachyons that could travel faster than light, although none have been observed yet. Wild, right? Number 3. The tale of the Trojan horse is legendary. Greeks hiding in a giant wooden horse, tricking the Trojans, and launching a surprise attack. But historical evidence supporting this story is lacking. Archaeological discoveries suggest that while a battle may have occurred near ancient Troy, the wooden horse narrative is likely a poetic invention by Homer or later storytellers, not a credible military tactic from the Bronze Age. Number 4. King Tutankhamun's tomb is infamous for its supposed curse, which many believe claimed the life of Lord Carnarvon, who funded its excavation. But the truth is far more mundane. He died from an infected mosquito bite that turned into pneumonia. No supernatural forces were involved. Still, the curse became a media sensation, fueled by mystery and superstition, despite having no scientific or historical basis. Number 5. Everyone imagines Eve biting into a crisp red apple in the Garden of Eden. But guess what? The Bible never specifies the type of fruit. The apple association likely comes from a Latin pun. Malum means both apple and evil. Artistic interpretations and European culture cemented the image of an apple, but some scholars suggest it may have been a fig, pomegranate, or even a grape. Number 6. Fat-free foods often seem like the healthy choice, but many of them are nutritional traps. To make up for the missing fat, manufacturers frequently add sugar, sodium, and artificial additives to improve taste and texture. These replacements can do more harm than good, especially when consumed regularly. So next time you see fat-free on a label, take a moment to check the ingredients before diving in. Number 7. If you think sweating buckets means you're torching calories, think again. Sweating is your body's built-in air conditioner. It releases heat, not fat. While intense workouts that make you sweat often burn calories, the sweat itself isn't the cause of weight loss. That's just water evaporating. So don't judge your workout by how drenched you are. Focus on duration, intensity, and consistency for true fitness progress. Number 8. Contrary to the old wives' tale, cold weather doesn't give you a cold. Colds are caused by viruses, not temperature. However, winter conditions can dry out your nasal passages, making it easier for viruses to take hold. Plus, people tend to huddle indoors more during colder months, increasing the chance of germ transmission. So it's not the chill in the air, it's the bugs in the room. Number 9. You've likely heard the claim that we only use 10% of our brains, and imagined unlocking genius-level powers if we access the rest. Unfortunately, this is pure fiction. Brain scans show activity in nearly every part of the brain, even during rest. Different regions are responsible for different tasks, and they're all active throughout the day. So no, there's no dormant supermind waiting to be unlocked. Number 10. You've probably heard someone say, lightning never strikes the same place twice. But that's just a catchy myth. In reality, lightning can, and often does, strike the same spot multiple times. Tall structures like the Empire State Building are struck dozens of times a year. Lightning follows the path of least resistance, and if a location provides that, it becomes a regular target for those electric bolts. Number 11. Many believe stretching before exercise is a guaranteed way to prevent injury. But recent studies show that static stretching may not actually reduce your risk of getting hurt, and in some cases, it might even decrease your performance. Dynamic warm-ups that mimic the movements of your workout are generally more effective. So while stretching feels good, it's not the magical injury shield we once thought it was. Number 12. Eggs have long been demonized for their cholesterol content, but modern research paints a different picture. While eggs do contain cholesterol, they don't appear to raise harmful blood cholesterol levels in most people. In fact, eggs are packed with nutrients and may even support eye health due to antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. So unless your doctor says otherwise, eggs can be part of a balanced diet. Number 13. The idea that 1 human year equals 7 dog years is a common go-to for pet lovers. But that oversimplified math doesn't hold up. Dogs age rapidly in their early years and then more slowly later. Plus, breed and size matter. A Chihuahua and a Great Dane have very different aging patterns. Veterinarians now use more nuanced age charts to better understand a dog's developmental stages. Number 14. Garlic is often praised as a natural mosquito repellent, but unfortunately, the data doesn't back it up. A 2005 study put this myth to the test and found garlic had no significant effect on mosquito behavior. While it might keep your dinner flavorful or your date at bay, it won't protect you from bites. Stick to proven methods like DEET, citronella, or proper clothing when outdoors. Number 15. You've probably heard that bathing in tomato juice will neutralize skunk spray. While it might mask the odor temporarily, it doesn't remove the scent. The skunk spray contains thiols, sulfur-based compounds that cling stubbornly to skin and fur. The most effective remedy is a mix of hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, and dish soap. Skip the tomato bath unless you want to smell like soup and skunk. Number 16. Cleopatra is often celebrated as the quintessential Egyptian queen. But in truth, she was of Macedonian Greek ancestry, a descendant of Ptolemy I, one of Alexander the Great's generals. The Ptolemaic dynasty ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years, and Cleopatra was the first in her line to learn the Egyptian language. Though she embraced Egyptian culture, she wasn't ethnically Egyptian, a fact that surprises many. Number 17. In the famous Bible story, Delilah seduces Samson and cuts off his hair to sap his strength, right? Not quite. The book of Judges in the Old Testament says Delilah had his hair cut, but it doesn't say she did it herself. Instead, she likely summoned a servant to perform the deed while Samson slept. Over time, artistic interpretations gave her a more hands-on role in the betrayal. Number 18. The rapture, a moment when believers are said to vanish and ascend to heaven, features prominently in pop culture and religious fiction. Yet, the word rapture doesn't appear anywhere in the Bible. The concept stems from specific interpretations of passages in the New Testament, particularly 1 Thessalonians. While many Christians believe in some form of end-time ascension, the idea as popularly portrayed is more theological theory than scriptural fact. Number 19. You can't teach an old dog new tricks is a phrase that's been around for centuries, but it's simply untrue. Older dogs can absolutely learn new behaviors with the right training methods, such as positive reinforcement and patience. While they might take a bit longer to catch on than a younger pup, senior dogs are often more focused and less distracted, making them surprisingly good learners. Number 20. Adding oil to pasta water is supposed to prevent sticking, right? Wrong. While it may keep noodles from clumping during boiling, it leaves a slick coating that actually prevents sauce from sticking later. The better solution is to stir the pasta occasionally while it cooks and avoid overcooking it. Save the oil for after draining or for your sauce, not for your boiling pot. Number 21. Vitamin C is often hailed as a cold-fighting superhero, but it doesn't actually prevent colds. Studies show that while having vitamin C in your system might slightly reduce the duration or severity of symptoms, it won't stop you from catching a virus. So sipping orange juice when you're already sick might help a little, but it's not the miracle cure we've been led to believe. Number 22. The Yellowstone supervolcano is often portrayed as a ticking time bomb ready to explode any day now. While it's true that Yellowstone has erupted in the distant past, there's currently no strong evidence suggesting another eruption is imminent. The last major event happened over 600,000 years ago, and scientists monitor it closely. So while it's geologically fascinating, it's not something to lose sleep over. Number 23. Dairy makes you mucousy is a claim that's been around for decades. But scientific research going all the way back to 1948 has found no solid connection between dairy consumption and increased mucus production. The sensation of thickness in your throat may be due to texture, not actual mucus. So unless you're lactose intolerant, your milk and cheese are off the hook for that stuffy nose. Number 24. You may have heard that touching a toad can give you warts. It's a tale told to kids for generations, but it's entirely false. Toads do have bumpy skin, but those bumps are glands, not warts. Human warts are caused by the human papillomavirus, HPV, which you can't catch from an amphibian, so feel free to admire a toad. Just maybe wash your hands afterward anyway. Number 25. Coffee stunts your growth is a myth that has percolated through generations, but there's no scientific evidence to support it. While caffeine can interfere with sleep and calcium absorption if consumed in large amounts, it doesn't affect your actual height. Growth is primarily determined by genetics and overall nutrition. So if you're still growing, coffee in moderation won't stop you from reaching your full height. Number 26. Deodorants and antiperspirants have been unfairly linked to cancer, especially breast cancer, due to their aluminum content. However, extensive studies have found no conclusive evidence that these products cause any type of cancer. Health organizations like the American Cancer Society have weighed in, stating that current research doesn't support the claim. So go ahead, fight body odor with confidence, not unnecessary fear. Number 27. Cinco de Mayo is widely mistaken as Mexico's Independence Day, but that's not the case. The holiday actually commemorates the Mexican Army's unexpected victory over French forces at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. Mexico's true Independence Day is celebrated on September 16th, marking the start of the war against Spanish rule. Still, May 5th remains a proud celebration of Mexican heritage and resilience. Number 28. Think chimps are furrier than us? Not really. Humans and chimpanzees have roughly the same number of hair follicles per square inch. The key difference? Human hair is generally finer, shorter, and less pigmented, making it less visible. Chimps have thicker, darker hair that gives the illusion of being hairier. So next time you feel bald in comparison, just remember, it's about texture, not quantity. Number 29. Conventional wisdom says that building more roads eases traffic, but in reality, it can make congestion worse. The phenomenon is called induced demand, where increasing road capacity actually encourages more people to drive, ultimately filling the expanded lanes. Cities that prioritize public transport and walkable infrastructure tend to experience better long-term traffic flow. Sometimes, fewer roads, not more, are the smarter solution for mobility. Number 30. Searing meat to seal in the juices is a phrase that sounds delicious, but doesn't hold up scientifically. In fact, juices escape from meat whether you sear it or not. What searing does do is create a flavorful crust through the Maillard reaction, enhancing taste and texture. But if you're trying to keep your steak juicy, focus more on cooking temperature and resting time than searing alone. Number 31. The idea of a dominant alpha wolf ruling the pack comes from flawed research done on wolves in captivity during the 1940s. In the wild, wolf packs are typically family units, led by a breeding pair, essentially mom and dad. The myth of the aggressive, hierarchical alpha wolf doesn't reflect natural wolf behavior and has unfortunately influenced everything from wildlife documentaries to misguided human social theories. Number 32. Sharks are often thought to mistake surfers for seals, leading to attacks. But research shows sharks are much better at identifying prey than we give them credit for. They use a combination of smell, motion detection, and electroreception, not just vision, to hunt. Attacks on humans are rare and usually accidental. Most sharks can tell we're not seals. They're just curious or confused by unfamiliar stimuli. Number 33. We've all seen cartoons where mice are lured with cheese, but in real life, cheese isn't their favorite snack. Mice are more likely to go for grains, fruits, or sugary foods. They'll eat cheese if it's available, but it's not their go-to craving. The idea that mice love cheese probably stems from old storage practices, when cheese was one of the few foods left out in the open. Number 34. You might have heard that flies live only 24 hours, but that's not true. While some species have short lifespans, the common housefly lives for about 15 to 30 days. Fruit flies can live up to 40 to 50 days under ideal conditions. They go through multiple life stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. So, that buzzing pest circling your kitchen might have been around for weeks, not just one day. Number 35. Swallowing your tongue during a seizure is physically impossible. The tongue is anchored too securely to allow it to be swallowed. What can happen is a person may bite their tongue during a seizure, or their airway could become blocked if they fall unconscious. But placing something in their mouth to stop them from swallowing it can actually cause more harm than good. Always seek medical help instead. Number 36. Genetically modified organisms, GMOs, often get a bad rap, but science doesn't support the fear. GMOs are created by altering DNA to improve yield, resistance, or nutrition. Decades of research show they're safe to eat and don't cause allergies or other health issues. In fact, they can reduce pesticide use and improve food security. Much of the skepticism comes from misunderstanding the technology, not from actual evidence. Number 37. Just smell it is common advice for checking if food has gone bad, but it's not always reliable. Some harmful bacteria, like Listeria or Salmonella, don't produce any noticeable smell or taste. A food item can look and smell fine but still harbor dangerous microbes. That's why expiration dates, proper refrigeration, and safe reheating practices matter. Trusting your nose alone isn't always the safest bet. Number 38. If you've ever eaten a Dairy Queen Blizzard and called it ice cream, prepare for a surprise. It's technically not ice cream. To be legally labeled ice cream in the US, a product must contain at least 10% milk fat. Blizzards fall short of that, so they're classified as soft serve. That thick, creamy treat may pass the flip test, but it doesn't meet the dairy standard. Number 39. Alcohol might make you feel drowsy, but it's not good for sleep. While it can help you fall asleep faster, it disrupts your sleep cycles, particularly REM sleep, leading to poorer rest overall. It can also cause you to wake up more during the night and worsen conditions like sleep apnea. So while a nightcap might feel relaxing, it's not doing your sleep quality any favors. Number 40. Split ends are the bane of long hair, and countless products promise to repair them. But here's the truth. No conditioner, serum, or shampoo can actually fix a split end. Once the hair shaft is split, the only real solution is a trim. Products can temporarily smooth the ends to reduce the appearance of damage, but they don't heal it. Regular trimming is the best prevention. Number 41. Rusty nails are often blamed for tetanus infections, but it's not the rust that causes the problem. Tetanus is caused by a bacterium called Clostridium tetani, which thrives in dirty, oxygen-poor environments like soil or manure. A rusty nail just happens to be a convenient carrier. If you step on one, the risk comes from contamination, not oxidation. That said, always check your tetanus vaccine is up to date. Number 42. Microwaves have long been labeled as harmful, but that fear is unfounded. They heat food using electromagnetic waves that excite water molecules, creating friction and heat. This method is often gentler on nutrients than boiling or frying. No, microwaves don't make your food radioactive. In fact, they can preserve more vitamins in vegetables compared to traditional cooking methods. Just don't microwave metal. Now that's a real hazard. Number 43. You've likely heard that you need to drink 8 glasses of water a day, but that's a simplified rule. Hydration needs vary based on diet, climate, activity level, and body size. Plus, many foods like fruits and veggies contain water, contributing to your intake. Rather than counting glasses, let thirst be your guide. If your urine is pale yellow, you're probably drinking enough. No need to overhydrate. Number 44. People with diverticulitis have often been told to avoid nuts, seeds, and popcorn, fearing these foods will get trapped in intestinal pockets and cause inflammation. But recent medical research shows no strong evidence to support this restriction. In fact, some high-fiber foods, like seeds and nuts, may actually benefit gut health. Always talk to your doctor, but don't fear your favorite trail mix without reason. Number 45. In movies, defibrillators are shown zapping people back to life from flatlines, but that's not how they work. Defibrillators correct abnormal heart rhythms like ventricular fibrillation, not restart a stopped heart. If someone has no heartbeat, CPR and medications like epinephrine are the correct initial responses. The dramatic jolt from paddles is great for TV but doesn't match real emergency procedures. Timing and proper protocol save lives. Number 46. Reading in dim light ruins your eyes, or so your parents said. But modern science disagrees. While reading in poor lighting might cause temporary eye strain or fatigue, it doesn't lead to permanent damage. Your eyes may feel dry or tired, but they bounce back quickly. It's similar to overusing a muscle. It's uncomfortable, not destructive. Feel free to read in bed, just maybe get a lamp. Number 47. Diamonds are known as the hardest natural substance, but they no longer hold the ultimate title. Materials like ultra-hard nano-twinned cubic boron nitride have surpassed diamonds on the hardness scale. These synthetic materials are lab-created and used for industrial purposes like cutting or drilling. While diamonds remain brilliant and durable, they're no longer the king of the hardness hill, just the most glamorous member of the mineral club. Number 48. Some say shaving makes hair grow back thicker or darker, but that's an illusion. Shaving cuts hair at the surface, leaving a blunt edge that feels coarser as it grows out. The root or follicle beneath the skin remains unchanged. Hair color and thickness are determined by genetics and hormones, not razors. So shave away without fear of sprouting a beard that rivals a lumberjack's overnight. Number 49. George Washington Carver is often credited with inventing peanut butter, but that's a misconception. Carver did develop over 300 uses for peanuts, including dyes, paints, and cosmetics, but peanut butter predates his work. Ancient civilizations like the Incas ground peanuts into paste centuries earlier. In the US, peanut butter became commercially popular in the late 1800s. Carver helped promote peanuts, but he didn't create the creamy spread we love today. Number 50. It's a common belief that the pyramids of Egypt were built by slaves, but archaeological evidence suggests otherwise. Workers who built the pyramids were likely paid laborers. Excavations have uncovered workers' villages, complete with bread ovens, beer jugs, and even medical care. Hardly the treatment of slaves. Many scholars now believe these builders were skilled craftsmen and seasonal laborers, proud to contribute to monumental national projects.